I love the array of news. I love the different cultures, and I love how the journalists embed themselves in these different areas and able to still tap into the community and tell everyday stories about everyday people.
Chauncy Glover, Kcal News.
And I guess that's something that we will find out, because we're going to continue our coverage on Kcal News at 10 o'clock with Susie Sa and Chauncy Glover.
Oh boy, oh my God, oh no, oh no, no, onto the freeway.
Breaking news here on Kcal News at 10, a shocking turn to this police pursuit as a suspect in a stolen truck rams police cars, slams through a fence, then plunges onto a highway.
Certainly some dramatic moments here tonight. Desmond Shaw is live now over Denny's in Corona, where the suspect was just brought out just seconds ago. Des?
Yeah, Chauncey and Susie. So here we are at this Denny's off the 91 freeway where the suspect being evaluated for injuries. We have to show you the insane moments that led up to the suspect being put into custody after the pursuit started so, frankly, kind of, slow, kind of docile, you might say, into a dead end. And then once they ran out of real estate, decided to back up into the La Habra police cruisers, not once, not twice, but at least 3 times, got their vehicle stuck in between a fence and 2 trees and a curb, and then officers out with their weapons drawn, and the suspect seemed to panic and hit the gas and drove through a fence, down an embankment onto the 91 freeway, where amazingly no one was killed in all that, and then briefly driving the wrong way, eastbound in those westbound lanes of the 91. Incredible that we didn't see a head-on collision. Crazier when the suspect got out and ran across lanes of the 91. I really thought that we were going to see the suspect's demise at that point, but they were able to get across the lanes of the freeway into the Denny's parking lot, only to lose the wig that they were wearing in that parking lot, which is probably how the canine was able to get a good scent on this suspect. And so then they ran inside, and then we had kind of a barricade situation inside the Denny's, and then finally the suspect coming out in handcuffs, and now here we are being medically evaluated, perhaps going to the hospital in handcuffs before going to jail. Just incredible that no innocent people were hurt or killed, or that the suspect was not hurt or killed running across lanes of the freeway. A slow pursuit has an insane ending here in Corona with 1 person in custody.
Thank you again. Pursuit suspect taken into custody. Well, boy, what a welcome to LA TV for you tonight, Chauncey. This is Kcal News at 10, also streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. Hi, everyone. I'm Susie Sa.
Certainly a dramatic night, and thank you for being here with us. I'm Chauncy Glover. Well, fresh material and jokes return to late night TV tonight. All the major late night shows are back in production for the first time since the writer's strike began 5 months ago.
That's right. And tonight, there is also hope for a Hollywood ending for striking actors won't be far behind. Kcal News reporter Lori Perez joins us now with the latest tonight. Lori.
Yeah, the Screen Actors Guild and the studios held their first negotiations in 2.5 months today and will resume talks on Wednesday. It is a hopeful sign. And on your TV later tonight, you can watch late night talk shows, the first big productions to fire back up again since the WGA reached a deal with the studios.
Lori, thanks. Well, new developments tonight in the case of the dog walker accused of shooting a man to death in Garden Grove. Tonight, that dog walker is back in the neighborhood while police tell us they're continuing to investigate. Kcal Orange County reporter Michelle Geely spoke with an eyewitness also to that shooting.
I come walking up right here, and then that's where it happened right there. I see him lying down, face this way. I see blood coming out from his mouth and his chest.
Sebastian Bona says he heard 3 shots coming from his front yard.
We hear bang, bang, bang.
As he and his brother walked toward the commotion in Garden Grove last Thursday afternoon, he saw the wounded victim on the sidewalk and a man he recognized as a local who often passed by with his dogs. Bona tells me he didn't see the gun, but the man gave this explanation.
He tried to attack me, so I shot him. Those are his exact words.
That's what he said to you when you walked out?
Yeah, that's what he exactly said to me when I asked him.
According to officers, the unidentified dead man was in his mid-30s and was not armed. Sebastian Bona saw him earlier that morning sleeping on the sidewalk. Detectives are back out in the neighborhood hoping to get more information about the shooter, who they say is in his late 60s and who did have a valid concealed weapons permit. According to police, the man with the dogs said there was a confrontation.
Right now, we're still investigating that to see. Obviously, you can't just shoot random people, but there was something in that investigation or in that incident that led him to probably be in fear for his life or something of that nature, which is what led to that. And if not, that's what we have to determine. If not, that's going to be a deciding factor for the DA's office, whether they decide to file the charges when the case is presented in its entirety to them.
Sergeant Jensen says the man turned over other firearms to police. He remains out of custody as the case is being prepared for the district attorney.
Everyone likes to say there's two sides to every story. Well, unfortunately, in this, we only have the one side.
In Garden Grove, Michelle Geely, Kcal News.
Meanwhile, former Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer and a woman who accused him of sexual assault have agreed to settle their lawsuits against each other. Bauer sued the San Diego woman last year, claiming she defamed him by accusing him of beating and sexually abusing her. Now, she then countersued Bauer. Today, attorneys said the two had settled their lawsuits. The woman will reportedly get no money from the player, but she will get an insurance payout. Bauer was suspended by baseball for 324 games after the allegations first came to light. The Dodgers released him back in January, and he's now playing in Japan. Now to a showdown vote likely headed to the House floor. This as Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz moves to oust California lawmaker Kevin McCarthy.
Well, I have enough Republicans where at this point next week, one of two things will happen. Kevin McCarthy won't be the Speaker of the House, or he'll be the Speaker of the House working at the pleasure of the Democrats. And I'm at peace with either result because the American people deserve to know who governs them.
Breaking this down for you, Gaetz has filed a resolution to remove McCarthy as House Speaker. His threats to file a motion to vacate against McCarthy to try to strip him of his office escalated over the weekend. Now, this after he says McCarthy worked with Democrats to fund the government. Meanwhile, Kevin McCarthy reacting to Gaetz's threats earlier today. He took to social media writing, quote, "Bring it on," to which Gaetz replied, quote, "Just did." Stay tuned, of course, for the next moves in this big feud. Well, developing news tonight, the search for a swimmer reportedly attacked by a shark has been called off tonight. The search started yesterday after two men told lifeguards they'd gone swimming with a friend off of Marin County, and the friend had been attacked by a shark. Well, officials also began searching the waters last night. They called the search off this afternoon, saying they found no signs of a victim or a shark and don't even know if someone is actually missing. There have been at least 32 shark attacks here in the U.S. this year. Well, new proof tonight of just how crazy the Southern California real estate market is.
Yeah, Mike Rogers, show us what you've just found.
What if I told you guys you could get a 565 square foot home for just over $1 million?
560.
I mean, that just is a steal, right?
Wow.
We have found some pretty crazy homes for sale tonight, and they really are wide-ranging here. But I want to show you this first one. These are some photos obtained by the WeHo Times. This is it's a little cottage, but it's only 565 square feet and just sold for more than $1 million, almost $1.2 million in West Hollywood. It is in a pretty desirable spot in West Hollywood, but still not a very big space. And look, we had Kcal go shoot it. If you look through the trees right there, that's where it is, completely surrounded on all four sides by other homes. This was likely a guest house or some other type of house, but crazy that it actually sold for that much. Now, we also saw another really interesting listing. Look at this. This house that is literally almost cut in half there on the roof is selling for $875,000. In Encino, a house that is cut in half, still selling for $875,000.
So let the snowball fights begin.
Exactly. Let the skiing continue. Let the snowball. You know, it's just so late in the season. I just love that.
So early in the season.
I love that. Early in the season, I should say.
Exactly.
I love it. That's like California, though.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, Chauncy got it all today. He got to try his first In-N-Out. He got to be here for the first cart chase.
Yes.
That's true.
There was something else that happened. Oh, real estate. You got let in on, 500 square feet for $1 million. Like, you've done it all.
Thank you for
Welcome
my
to California.
warm welcome.
You really got a full crash course in California in just one night. We really did it all. I mean, we went big tonight. All right. Well, we are getting a look at the Santa Monica Pier, and I will tell you we're looking at clear skies right now and a big warm up on the way. In fact, warm, dry conditions in Santa Ana's. That's another truly Southern California thing that we've got going on this week. So we're going to break down those Santa Anas and tell you exactly where we're expecting the wind and how hot it's expecting to get. But for now, Susie, Chauncy, back to you.
All right, Evelyn, thank you so much. More breaking news tonight. The Powerball jackpot just keeps on growing. No tickets matched all 6 numbers in tonight's drawing.
Wednesday's jackpot will now be worth, get this, $1.2 billion, Susie, making it the 3rd largest in Powerball history. Here are those numbers, the winning numbers for you, friends. Look close tonight: 12, 26, 27, 43, 47, and the Powerball 5. No tickets in California, sadly, matched 5 numbers.
Well, just when they thought they saw it all, police in Slovakia, well, they saw this. That's actually a dog. Yes, a dog behind the wheel of a speeding car. You see when we zoom in. And when police pulled the car over, the dog jumped into his lap, but officers didn't buy that excuse. They ticketed and fined the driver. No tickets for the puppet trader. Get it? The puppet trader.
See what you did there.
Hey, we want to take a moment to welcome our new anchor here, Chauncy Glover. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Thank you, and thank you all so much for this dramatic night.
Yeah, no kidding. What a night to start.
We couldn't have like really made it more dramatic
I've
than it
had
was.
in and out. We've got a police chase. We got to talk about the sunshine.
Santa Ana's.
And then the snow.
Yep, that's right. We want to hear a little bit more about you, though. Tell us a little bit, just a little Cliff's Note version.
So I'm a country boy from Alabama. Just moved here after being in Houston, working there for 8 years. Love what I do. It's always been a dream of mine to come here and be in LA and work with the best in the business. So, but I'm a community guy, and I love that I'm working here for a company and a station that exists because we want to make our communities better.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. You have a community effort that you actually started during your walk as a street reporter. Talk about that.
Yeah, I was reporting there in Detroit and stumbled upon a young man who had robbed a basketball coach at a local school there. Watched that young man die on the streets of Detroit. I was compelled to go back to that school, and I started the Chauncy Glover Project, which is a hands-on mentoring project. And to date, we've sent more than 350 boys of color to college, and we've mentored more than 1,000 young men. And I'm looking forward to possibly one day even bringing it here to LA.
Well, that would be something. But we want to show you something, a little surprise for Chauncy. Let's look at this.
Hello, my name is Jerry Ledoux. I was a part of the Chauncy Glover Project, and I just want to say to you, Chauncy, thank you for everything. It means a lot. We love you. We're going to miss you. Good luck on your future endeavors, and I'm going to hold it down for you.
Oh, man. See? So they call him Chauncy Jr. That's his nickname in the organization, Jerry Ledoux, though, because he came into the organization when he was just a little boy and was actually mute, would not talk, wouldn't say anything. And then here we are. He's now at TSU there, Texas Southern University, majoring in journalism, and is now a reporter for the campus TV station.
And so well spoken, as you can see.
Man, when I see those young men, this is, to me, this is what our job. This is what it's about.
Yeah, well, you certainly had that influence. So welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Right,
big welcome to you. So, and like we said, just really a splash tonight. You started with a bang.
That's for sure.
I don't think a bang is the right word. How about like several bangs?
Several bangs. Yeah, exactly. Fireworks. Fireworks here in Southern California tonight.
All right. Welcome back. Certainly a cool night out there.
Yeah, no kidding. After getting like the fall storm out of the way during the weekend, it's not like, let's bring the summer back.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't ready. We weren't ready for this change.
That's right.
We're like, wait, we need a little more sun, okay? So here we go. We got it. In fact, sun and 80s and 90s and Santa Ana's. That's something we have not discussed for a moment here in Southern California, but we are in full swing as far as fire weather goes by the end of the week. At this point, no watches and warnings to speak of, which is good news, but we are looking at elevated fire danger, that's for sure at this point, and we're looking at much warmer temperatures and a bit of wind coming through as well. So every day we get incrementally warmer by at least 5 to 10 degrees as we get a look at what's next. Temperatures are climbing. Weak to moderate Santa Ana winds and temperatures in the 90s and hundreds, triple digits potentially by the end of the week. And we also have a very hot weekend ahead. So with that, temperatures tonight already a lot warmer compared to this time last night. And as we get a look at numbers for the next few days, my 7-day forecast showing you right here temperatures moving from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s by Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and still quite warm by Sunday and Monday. We're still in the 90s, and for some of us, the 80s. The Valley's 80s jumping to the 90s, and the 90s quickly making it to triple digits by Friday and by Saturday. You'll see that right there, and still in the 90s by Sunday and Monday. And as we check out the Inland Empire, you'll see temps in the 90s for the next 7 days, and the beaches, some serious beach weather on the way with 80s by the end of the week and the weekend.
Wow.
Susie, Chauncy,
Oh
I know. Wow is right. Wow is right.
You are bringing it back, Evelyn. Thanks for watching Kcal News at 10.
Our next newscast is at 11 on CBS.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.